For getting reliable major news articles about Middle East and around the world, kindly subscribe #1 knowledgeable channel Star to Sun and don't forget to click on bell.
And we are in excellent terms with Crown Prince, with the King and Saudi Arabia. Now, as for Crown Prince Mohammed, yes, I assure you he's for real. And all what he's doing is changing Saudi Arabia in a very revolutionary manner. Socially, economically, financially, and even on the entertainment front. So Saudi Arabia right now is witnessing a huge development and changes. And as you know, I'm a member of our family, happily so. I do not represent the government, so I will be speaking to you very freely and openly and independently as usual. As for the Jamal Khashoggi incident, you know, you have to understand, Jamal was not only my friend, he was working with me. Actually, his last job in Saudi Arabia was with me in the Arab channel. And I'd like to give through you my condolences again to his family, to his wife, ex-wife, and to his children, and to his family. Because Jamal was a reformer. He was in no opposition at all. And what took place in that Saudi consulate was clearly horrific, despicable, and tragic. And I believe that Saudi Arabia is going to get to the bottom of it. But please, you have to give us some time until the investigation is done and made public by the government of Saudi Arabia. That the orders were given by Prince Mohammed bin Salman directly. And that's a false statement. Now, Saudi Arabia acknowledged publicly that a murder did happen in a Saudi consulate in Turkey. So that's been acknowledged already. Now, Saudi Arabia did acknowledge also that they had a standing order. Now, I disagree with that order completely, by the way, is that whenever there's an opposition to Saudi Arabia by any human being outside Saudi Arabia, the standing orders, which I said, I repeat, I disagree with, was to engage with them, talk to them, and try to convince them to come to Saudi Arabia. So I think some people in intelligence did did follow these orders and sent a group of people to Turkey to engage with Jamal Khashoggi, and clearly something went wrong over there, whereby he was murdered. So let us not really, please anticipate what's going to happen in the investigation that Saudi Arabia is taking right now. Please, I remind you of the Abu Ghraib incident, whereby thousands of Iraqis were tortured, raped, molested, and were pictured and videotaped also. And at that time, many of the Western media went back to George W. Bush, the president then, and Mr. Rumsfeld, the defense secretary then, and tried to get the blame on him. Clearly, after a few months of investigation, they were exonerated. Right. So please, let's give some time for the investigation to finish. And I ask Saudi Arabia now publicly through your program to have the investigation made public as soon as possible, so whereby I believe that the Saudi Crown Prince will be 100% vindicated and exonerated.
For getting reliable major news articles about Middle East and around the world, kindly subscribe #1 knowledgeable channel Star to Sun and don't forget to click on bell. For getting reliable, knowledgeable major news articles about Saudi Arabia, Middle East and around the world, subscribe our channel Star to Sun and don't forget to click on bell. It's free. Thanks for watching. Kindly subscribe our channel.